Had to pile. I got a bottle of lotion, a water bottle, my charger. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. What I am using to create the support structure. It's very sophisticated what I do here on Coffee with Ken. Even if it's Friday Night Live with Ken, we don't lack in any sophistication. We go big. We go big or we go home because that's just the way I play it. That's the way I roll. So yeah, I got a nice... I tried it with the lotion bottle. It fell over. Then I added the water bottle. I would have thought water kind of weighs a lot. I think every gallon of water, when I say I think, I usually know. So when I think, every gallon of water weighs like 8 pounds. And I would have thought the bottled water and the lotion would have added enough to be supportive of my phone. But no, it was not. So I had to add my charger, which, by the way, got a lot of people asking about it. People were almost jealous about it today. I had it at Starbucks. I was rocking out at Starbucks. I had 2 big shifts at Starbucks today. A morning shift, which goes from about 6:30. I mean, honestly, I get my coffee at like 5:45, but then I run out to the car and do my show, and then I got to go back in and buy another coffee. Kind of pisses me off. I go, I was just out in the parking lot. Sorry, sir, you can't leave the store and get refills. Well, okay. I'm worth it. Give me another cup, Yeti of coffee. So anyway, and then I did a great afternoon shift. And I'll tell you what, when you are there focused and purposeful to edit videos and you're sitting there rocking, you got your Coffee with Ken computer skin shining to the whole restaurant, and you're in downtown Naperville and you're editing some juicy, sweet videos, more content than I can even post. I like to give it... In a perfect world, I'd go 2 hours between posting videos. But sometimes I'll be on a video, one of these lives, and I'll be editing it. I'm about 2 weeks behind, as you guys know. And I'll be getting such juicy content that I'm going, I don't even know what to do. Everything I say is a pearl of wisdom or funny as hell. And 2 weeks ago, just about today, I was talking about these groups that want to support me. And it made me chuckle and made me think of like a bra or a jockstrap. And that got me thinking about Seinfeld and when Kramer and Mr. Costanza tried to come out with a bra line for men called the bro or the man's ear. Anyway, that was a video I posted recently. So hello, Julie. Hello, Chip. Hello, Kelly. And good evening to you. My name is Ken Tracy. And this is Friday Night Live with Ken. This is Friday Night Live with Ken. And I'm feeling we're going to have a good audience today. I don't know why. I can't believe how good I feel right now, given the dire emotions I was going through this morning. I mean, seriously, I was laying in bed. I was having horrible thoughts and going, I don't know, can I make it through today? And I kind of dozed off for like 10 minutes. And I woke up and I go, oh, I don't know if I can make it through today, but that little 10-minute nap felt good. Maybe I can make it to Starbucks and do my show, even though I don't feel the ability to do it. And I did, and I went in, and he goes, no, sorry, we can't clean your cup. I get it that he can't, but I still wasn't pleased. So I had to drive to another Starbucks. Ended up having a great live this morning. Hung out there for a couple hours, got a lot of work done, met some people, had a great day and had a great workout, and then had some thoughts and went live again a few hours ago. And I was going to hop on live either way tonight. So thank you so much for joining. Again, it's Friday Night Live with Ken. My name's Ken Tracy. I live in Naperville, Illinois. I am in a basement. I'm renting a basement out from a kind soul and enjoying. Enjoying it might be overstating it, but I tell you what, it feels pretty good. For anyone watching 2 months ago, I was in my Kia Soul on one December morning, and it was like 6 degrees. I was like, twice divorced, a lot of financial responsibilities, a lot of bills to pay. I'm creating content for a living and building that as quickly as I can. Alexandra, I'm glad you hopped on, because despite your desire for me to create this massive goal, the massive goal, again, about a week and a half ago, I started going live on YouTube. And at the time, I was at like 4,700 subscribers, and I'd been on YouTube posting videos for, I don't know, maybe 2 years. And I'd climbed up to 4,700 subscribers. And I go, well, might not be the best platform for live video, but TikTok I'm thrown off of for the time being. And Instagram's been kind of okay to me. But I said, well, let's try it on YouTube. And I'll tell you what, I've had great audiences almost every show, minimal trolls, a lot of, almost just the right amount of interaction, people hopping on. Hello, Pat Riley. And it's just been a really pleasant experience, actually surprisingly good sometimes, with much larger audiences than I anticipated. The day before I went live on YouTube, I searched up how to go live on YouTube, and this guy who has a lot of followers was saying on his first one he was getting like 80 people watching, and he felt awesome about that, awesome enough that he made this fancy video. And I'll tell you what, I had close to that on my very first one, and it felt pretty good. So I knew something was happening right, and feels good. And I'm just past 5,100 subscribers, up, I don't know, like, I don't even know, 400 or so in the last, I don't know, couple weeks or something like that. Maybe not quite that many, but really well. And back to Alexandra, who said I should shoot for 1 million subscribers no matter what, and that should be my only goal. And I said, well, maybe we should try and have a more modest, shorter term goal. But again, she's kind of a bully, and she told me to stick with 1 million. I decided, since it's not her show, and she lives in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I've never met her, but she can pedal the crap out of a Peloton bike, I'll tell you what. She can ride like the wind. But either way, doesn't mean she knows that much about goal setting. So I'm going to tell you right now, Alexander, despite your demands that I shoot only for 1 million, I thought, being that February 1st is tomorrow, and I thought with 5,120 subscribers as I have today, that a cool goal for me, I want a little nearer term, Alexandra. I know you like shooting for the stars, but I thought nearer term might be appropriate, would be to hit 6,000 subscribers by the end of February. You know, that's 850 or so. I figure if I go live 3 times a day, 28 days in February, that's about 30 a day. I think I can do that. And I tell you what, if I have 6,000 subscribers at the end of February, yeah, I know and I'm joking. It wasn't Alexandra that told me to put 1 million subscribers down. It was me. She was telling me to take a more modest goal, a shorter term goal, what have you. And but I want to shoot for 1 million. I think I can do it. But the problem is when you're shooting for 1 million and you pick up 40 subscribers in a day, 40's great. It's great, but it's such a tiny fraction of 1 million that it almost doesn't seem to matter. But I do know if somehow I found a way to get to 6,000 by the end of February, you know, it's a 20% increase in a month. I can't tell you. I don't know how many of you out there know like compound interest or the rule of 72 or how quickly, if you start growing at 20% a month, how big your numbers are going to be very quickly. So if I hit 6,000 subscribers by the end of February, it would be awesome and it would feel great. And it gave me a number that, and again, it was me that set up the goal of 1 million. But when you put a number out there so far in the stratosphere, it's hard to even be excited to go live. Or, I mean, not, I'm excited going live every day, but right now I feel, hey, if I go live, pick up 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 subscribers, that's a real chunk of my total goal for the month. And it's kind of incentive for me to keep going and keep charging forward with a lot of excitement. And so I'd like to hit 6,000 by the end of the month, and I think I can do it. And I think I will do it. And appreciate anybody new on today that gives me a thumbs up and subscribes to my page. I'd like to, again, hit 6,000 by the end of the month, and I think I can do it. What kind of watch? It's a Tag Heuer. Thank you for asking. Nobody on YouTube has asked. I've been live for like 12 days or 10 days or something on YouTube, and that's the first time somebody's asked what kind of watch I was wearing. On TikTok, they asked it like 10 times a day. But for some reason on YouTube, they talk about my bald head or what's in my fridge a weird amount. And on TikTok, they don't. The trolls are totally different on the two platforms. It's strange. It is strange. Don't forget to, y'all, what kind of watch? Can I do a backflip? No. TikTok was all watch comments. Pat Riley, how your show is growing like compound interest. That's progress. Yes, thank you, Pat Riley. Hit right on. What kind of bald head is that? It's just a beautiful bald head. Grilled peanut butter and jelly. I do not like peanut butter and jelly. I don't like peanut butter and jelly. I mean, grilled might be better. I had too many growing up. And the smell of peanut butter kind of makes me sick. What is this channel all about, Michael? You're going to have to stay and see. You are going to have to stay and see. Brendan Collins, I'm almost getting bored of you. I haven't found any of your questions ever to be uplifting. Why is that, Brendan Collins? Why is that? Why do all of your comments seem to have a hint of negativity to them? And again, I'm going to tell you all, I think it's super important to hang out with good people. To hang out with good people and to surround yourself with good people. And even if you're trying to be a content creator, you don't need eyes watching your video if they're the wrong eyes. I will promise you. You don't need negativity. You just don't need crap in your life. And I got a viewer named Brendan Collins, and all of his comments that I ever see always seem to have a hint of yuckiness to them. They never make me feel good. And I'm wondering why that is, Brendan. And by the way, Michael, if you want to know what this show's about, it's just me talking about life. And I'm not afraid to ask people to leave my show. I don't need friends or followers that bad that I want losers following my show. So and I think that's how I know I have a really good show, is that I will ask people to leave. And if they don't, I'll have them removed or remove them myself. Karmic souls can teach us. We can learn from them. I don't know. Yeah, what I can learn from negative people is you don't want them in your life, so remove them. True, it's good to cut out toxic losers. Yeah, hey, thank you so much. Somebody just sent me $2. Thank you so much, Nerdy Hobbit. What a fun name you have. Hope you have a great day. I will. I have had a great day. And again, I woke this morning feeling horrible. Horrible. But somehow, some way, I managed to make it to Starbucks. Not that that's any huge, great achievement. But it felt like it this morning when I was up at 4 and I couldn't go back to sleep. It felt like getting out of bed or getting to coffee or leaving this room was going to be some insurmountable achievement. And um, but I did, and I went live late, a little late, and but still did, and had a real good show, and had a bunch of things start falling my way, and edited a bunch of videos, and honestly applied for a couple jobs, but I haven't heard back. So nobody ask about them tomorrow. I'll let you know if I hear anything. And if I keep kicking ass like I am, I don't know. I don't know. This whole job stuff might be overrated. Where's the coffee? I have been drinking tea all afternoon and enjoying the heck. Oh, okay. Got some bad news for you. You know, I've been enjoying honey in my tea at Starbucks lately. I had probably 2 cups with my 4 packs of honey in it, as I had, and I went up for another, and they go, "Hey, we're out of honey." And I go, "Are you kidding? Are you kidding? A big Starbucks like this is out of honey?" And I'm honestly feeling a little guilty about it because I probably had 30 cups of tea in the last week. Maybe not 20, at least in the last week in this Starbucks. And at 3, 4, 5 packs of honey each time. I mean, I've probably had 100 packs of honey. I still think a big Starbucks should have more than 100 packs of honey, but certainly I'm the one that finished off that box. And they go, "Well, we have this agave." I go, "Well, what's that?" And it came in a pack, and it's some plant thing that has something to do with tequila. I don't know. There's an agave tequila. But either way, it tasted more like syrup, not the sweetness of honey. Not the sweetness of honey. So that's what I got you about as far as that. Results. I've got a few notes. I like to take notes occasionally. I will tell you what. And this is going to sound weird, and it is weird. The less we track results, I think the more successful we will be. And I'm not saying, I think my tendency, and probably a lot of our tendencies, always been to track results too closely. Like, you know, you go on a diet today and you stand on the scale tonight and you're going, "Hey, I wonder if I lost any weight." And then you'll stand on tomorrow and you'll stand on the scale in 3 days and you go, "I'm not losing any weight. This diet doesn't work." And you quit the diet. Or with lifting weights, same thing. You go to the gym, 3 times this week and you don't feel any stronger and you get bummed out because you're not getting stronger and you quit. It can happen with content creation as well. A lot of times I'll post a video and I'll watch to see if it gets likes or shares or comments or whatever. I find without a doubt I do so much better if I just post videos and just keep editing and post more and really don't look back too heck of a lot. I've been doing that on Instagram, and I'll look back at a video I posted this morning on Instagram. It might have 3 or 4 likes or something, and it almost seems like a kick in the gut or something. But then I kind of think, why do I even care? Let's just keep going. And lo and behold, in a couple days, I'll look at that same video. It'll have like 50 likes on it. So my point is, I think we track our short-term results too closely. I know I do. And the less I do and the more I focus on moving forward, editing new videos, posting new videos, and you can apply this to anything, working out or losing weight or what have you. I think if we take it a little easier on ourselves and expect a little less in terms of near-term results, I think the better off we're going to be. And the more successful we'll be. Although, as I've talked about, when I'm done on this live, I promise you, I'm going to go to YouTube and see if I got any new subscribers. Because now I have a midterm goal. Is a month a midterm goal? Is it near term? Is it midterm? It's certainly not long term. I'd say a month is probably a midterm goal, would you think? So the end of the month, having 6,000 goals as a subscribers as a goal would be kind of a midterm, almost near term. You could almost say near term. But if I'm thinking gaining 1,000 subscribers is near term, that's pretty darn cool. And I'll feel really good about that. You know what pisses me off? I love it. I love it. I get to say that. I don't have to go, hey, everybody smile. Let's all smile. And I'm a smiley guy. I'm as smiley as it comes. But I'll tell you what pisses me off is when people cancel on me. Because I do not cancel unless there's really a good excuse. If I had to, there's a couple times I've been really, really sick at work and I had to call in and I felt horrible about it. I was working at a restaurant and I was really, really sick. And I just feel bad leaving them shorthanded or saying I can't do something. So when somebody cancels on me for something less than, I don't know, an amputation or something like that, I feel somewhat slighted. I feel that their priorities are not me, which is okay and understandable because I don't have to be at the top of everyone's list. But I think it's important to realize where you stand and how much of a commitment you're going to make to somebody that doesn't consider an appointment with you a priority at all. At all. So that's my thought on that. To get her out of my house. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I'm not going to marry your daughter just to get her out of your house. I'm twice divorced. Before I go down the aisle again, I'm probably going to at least have to meet the girl. Sometimes things come up. Yeah, but they better be some serious things. They better be some serious things. Like I said, an amputation. Something like that. Jason, don't tell me what to do. Jason, you're gone. Jason is an example of somebody that's gone. He's no longer with us. He told me not to get upset about it. I don't want Jason here anymore. And he's not. We all have different situations. Sometimes we got to cancel. Well, you better not do it on me very often, Michael. You could return my daughter within 30 days if you're not completely satisfied. No questions asked. But I mean, if we're all, believe me, I've done it twice. If we're actually married, I can't just return her. You know, there's legal stuff about that. And yeah. Yeah, no, it's not just as easy as sending her back. If it was, if it was, it might be different. Have I been in prison? No, I have not, but thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Jace, why do you need a shout out? Why do you, I mean, it amazes me that anybody would care enough that they'd be asking me to give them a shout out. Yeah. Bro's built like Mr. Clean. Well, that's the sweetest bald comment I've ever heard because Mr. Clean's tough. I mean, I'm in pretty good shape. I feel good about that. Yeah, I'm in pretty good shape. It feels good. Where is my hair? You got to do better than that. You love my shirt, Jade? I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't know. I appreciate it. I'll tell you, there's not a great story about it. I was going to my daughter's track meet a year and a half ago, I think, and it was cold. And I went into a store to buy more clothes because I was underdressed. And this was the warmest-ish thing I bought, I could buy. That's why I own this shirt. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Jade still loves my shirt. Well, cool. Am I a Blue Man Group? Yes, I'm the whole group. Has everybody here seen? Have I always felt that way about people canceling on you? Just curious. That it's rude? I think it is rude. It is rude. I don't know. I can't imagine feeling any other way than, you better have a good reason, or else you're just telling me you don't care about our meeting very much. And if you don't care about our meeting that was scheduled today very much, I'm going to be pretty hesitant in rescheduling it for next week. David said, if I hit 1,000,000 subscribers, well, first of all, David, if's not a question. When I hit 1,000,000 subscribers, will I forget about us day one supporters? David, have you been a day one supporter? I used to have a woman in Oshkosh. Her name was Jane or Judy or something like that, but I don't know. I got too many subscribers to keep track of her. And there's this dude named like Carl that lives in Massachusetts somewhere. And there's a guy named Alex that lives somewhere in Kentucky. But I don't know. I kind of, my memories are getting a little fuzzy about those people because I have so many subscribers. So yes, I will probably forget you all when I have 1,000,000 subscribers. No, I'm just kidding. Am I an undercover cop? No. Am I a wristwatch lover? No, that seems strange. A wristwatch lover? What does that even mean? Because I have a watch? I'm a human that's wearing a watch. Again, I'm not married. I have no other jewelry, so I think it's nice to have a watch that is jewelry. So I like my watch, but I wouldn't call myself a wristwatch lover. Almost makes me think I'd be doing dirty things with this later. Might hurt. 75 days sober. All right, way to go, Michael. Congratulations to you. Yeah, you were on last week. And you were talking about that. I appreciate you chiming in and saying you made it another 7 days. You just hit the hookah and it hit you way too hard. Ended up, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. You shouldn't be hitting the hookah. Alexandra is 9 days sober. I will tell you what, Alexandra, if you can make it 9 days, you can quit drinking forever. I mean, you got to want to quit drinking forever. Is doing this show stressful? You seem very relaxed. I don't think it's, I don't know. No, I wouldn't say it's stressful. I mean, I do it 3 times a day. I feel more comfortable when I'm able to be myself. And when I get annoyed by somebody, go, okay, you're annoying me. Get out of here. If I had to pretend that I'm smiley, happy Ken all the time and I feel better that I can be myself. I feel better on YouTube. The endless harassment was annoying on TikTok. Michael Waltz says 1 day at a time. And while I'm not disputing it, and I feel that might be a good way to start, I just don't even think about 1 day at a time. And I'm not saying you should do it my way, but I think it's interesting to discuss. Yeah, I don't even think about days. I don't even think about months or years, really. I know it was October 28th of 2021, but that's just because I got a good memory. It's not like because I'm drawing lines on the wall. But whatever works. You owe me money from a bet in middle school. It's in the mail. The check's in the mail. You remind me of my old physics teacher. You don't know why. Well, I don't know what to say about that. I think one moment at a time. Life changes so fast. All we can handle is the current moment, in my opinion. October 28th, your birthday. Well, David, see, now I won't forget you when I have millions of subscribers. Uh, hey, if anybody out there is doesn't follow my page that's new here, please subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. I go live in the morning at 5:45 Central Standard Time. I am coming to you from Naperville, Illinois, which is just outside of Chicago for anybody that cares. I'm a twice divorced guy. I'm sober for a few years. Used to be a realtor, used to be a stockbroker, have done a bunch of crazy things in my life, and I'm pretty good at talking, I think, and sharing a story. So I would appreciate if you would follow along. Michael wants to know how he subscribes. Honestly, I don't know. How does Michael subscribe? Somebody out there that has done it, explain to Michael how he subscribes. Crazy Cow wants me to remember them when I'm famous. I will do my best, Crazy Cow. I'm having a bad day. Can I get a shout out? Hello, Diego Rivera. And it had 40 questions. Okay. Well, did somebody tell Michael Wells how to subscribe? That's like the third or fourth comment about my shirt. It's a long sleeve t-shirt. I'm surprised it's getting as much love as it is. Well, Michael, it'll help my channel to inform people how to subscribe. I don't know how, Michael. I know people do, so it can't be that hard. Does somebody know how one subscribes to my channel from a live video? Does somebody know? You have my subscription, friend. Sobriety is a beautiful life. Hey, Anthony, I think God did bring you here. God brings us everywhere. Somebody, since you just subscribed, tell Michael Wells how you did it. Oh, Alexandra Moffat just typed it above. Could you repost that, Alexandra? Can we pin a comment? Can we pin? Well, you're typing again, Alexandra, and I'm going to see if we can pin. Top right of screen. Somebody said top right of screen. It's Jordan's birthday. Is it really your birthday, Jordan? Yes, Lost West. We've seen what you call Trump. Okay, somebody says the red button on top. It's subscribe. Hit the red button on top. David G says he loves the short reels I post, but you're fairly quiet on the live streams. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, you guys don't have to comment. You don't have to comment. I mean, it's fun when you do, and it's fun when we have a nice interaction. And most of my shorts I post are clips from these videos. And again, you guys giving me questions or asking me the worthwhile questions, not the ones that say, where did my hair go? But the worthwhile questions, and where I'll talk about sobriety or whatever, or mental health or real estate or whatever, give me great opportunities for shorts. Sweet Vanilla is liking and subscribing to have a good day. See, it's so exciting because Alexandra, now I have a near-term goal. Did we decide if a month long is a near-term goal? Do possess qualities most superlative and unparalleled in excellence. Crazy Cow says, greetings, fine sir. Verily, this broadcast doth possess I love doth possess qualities most superlative and unparalleled in excellence. That's high praise. Any good stories about stockbrokering? A ton of them. I was talking to some people today, and I mean, I don't want to go into it too far, but I was talking to two people at Starbucks. They asked me what I did, and I told them I do this. And I said I was a realtor and a stockbroker before that. And I said I was better at this than anything, and the guy said even better than finance, and I go, oh yeah. And we got to talking about what it was like to be a stockbroker in 1990 or in 1989. I graduated college in 1990. I was a finance major from the University of Illinois, and my two older brothers were both stockbrokers. My brother Steve was amazingly good at it, amazingly good. He had a very authoritative way about him, and he made a ton of money. And if you've seen the movie Wolf of Wall Street, it was shockingly similar to that. And that guy was roughly same time. He got a Series 7 in 1987, and that's when my brother did as well. And I got my Series 7 3 years later. So the timelines were similar, and the total lack of any sort of rules or what you could say or a do not call list or sexual harassment or discrimination. We had no rules. And it's amazing to think back of what went on in our office with women present. And if you've seen The Wolf of Wall Street, he was more successful than I ever was. He had a huge yacht. I knew people with boats. But there was a lot of money going around and a lot of crazy stuff happening in the office. Not as crazy as on The Wolf of Wall Street, but I believe what he's saying because it was just, I experienced a lot of it, a smaller level of it, but to what was going on there and the craziness that it was, it's just amazing that it was legal and that there were women in the office watching what was going on. I mean, I don't even want to say it. I feel I'd be banned from YouTube, but just stuff that, you can't say anything to anybody these days. And I'm telling you, you could say anything to anybody back then. Yeah, no, it was weird. It was really weird. Wait, somebody said something about, hold on here. Have I seen Boiler Room? Yeah, seen Boiler Room. Good movie. I like that a lot. Yeah, similar to that. I'll tell you what, the Ben Affleck character in that, who comes out and slides his Ferrari keys down the desk. The lines they used, whoever made that movie did some research into, obviously should have done some research, but did some research. We did not cold call women. In that movie, they said, don't pitch the bitch. And the reason for that is women are too smart, aren't as gambleaholic, and men could be promised the moon and buy it, So we did not cold call women. Some of the lines we used were in that movie. It was very real as well. And just kind of the macho testosterone fueled fancy car buying, money makes you cool attitude was very real in those movies. Must have been wild. Let's see. Oh, we got to go all the way down. Hello, boss from Pakistan. Hello from Pakistan. How are you? Lauren, I don't think he said, what is that? He said he did it. It happened around him. I don't know who Lauren is, but I don't know what Lauren's worried about. So you sexually harassed women even knowing it was wrong, Lauren? Come on. That's nice. That is nice. I bought an elephant. Well, I hope you enjoy your elephant. I hope you enjoy your elephant. What are you going to do with an elephant? What are you going to feed it? Lauren is now gone from the conversation. Lauren, I'd had enough of you. Some funny comments in here. How does one buy an elephant? Rianne wants a shout out. Hello, Rianne. How are you? Have I seen Glengarry Glen Ross? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Was real estate a high pressure job, says Pat Riley? I would say it was uh, the biggest pressure about real estate was having a steady stream of income and surviving for sometimes months at a time without a paycheck. And I think that was the biggest stress of it. You know, showing clients or listing homes wasn't stressful at all. Uh, wasn't stressful at all. It was easy. I could do it in my sleep. I was pretty good at a listing appointment. I knew exactly what I was going to say. I knew exactly what I needed to say, and usually knew they were going to hire me if they called me if I had an appointment. And as far as showing homes on the buy side, uh, there's really not much involved. And I was talking about it, I think, this morning. You, I think most people kind of just want a realtor to open the door and let them see the home and determine if they want to buy it themselves. I don't think there's any magic words. There shouldn't be any magic words that can talk somebody into buying a home. It's too serious of a purchase to have me convince you to buy a home, I think. Um, so yeah, I didn't try and talk anybody into anything. And um, yeah. So no, it was only stressful in that you didn't know when you were getting paid, you didn't have insurance, you didn't have benefits. But other than that, I wouldn't say it was stressful at all. As a matter of fact, you didn't have to go in. Uh, uh, yeah, no, I mean, you had to work. It's harder than most people think. I think most people think, hey, I like houses. I watch HGTV. I'm social. I got a nice smile. I probably knocked the cover off the ball. I knew I thought that. Um, but it's a lot harder than most people think. It's a lot of competition. Do, do, do. Do I have thoughts on the socioeconomic climate of Yugoslavia? Well, Yugoslavia hasn't existed in quite some time, so it seems like a strange question. No, I can't prove I have hair. Do I live with any kids? No, I don't. I'm twice divorced. I have four beautiful kids. One girl that's 18 that goes to college, one girl that is 15 and a half and lives there with her mama in Oswego, and two beautiful babies that live in not too far from here with my second ex-wife. I kind of look like actor Hugh Grant. Well, I appreciate that. I don't see it, but I appreciate it. I think I don't know. That's got to be a good thing. I would think that's a good thing. Yes, yes. You're from New Zealand? We got somebody from New Zealand. What's that? Kiwi? Are you a Kiwi? I think that's what New Zealand people are. Well, welcome from New Zealand. It's fun having an international uh, audience. What's my mindset about life? Try and get a little better every day. I stress all the time. I'd like to say don't stress the small stuff or don't sweat the small stuff, which was a great book by a guy named Richard Carlson. It was kind of my first self-help book. My dad bought it for me for Christmas, probably 30 some years ago, or 30 years ago, probably now. And I still sweat the small stuff. I sweat everything. And it's not a good way to be. So I think learning to not worry or give your worries to God or put them down or not carry them around with you all the time would be a better way to live life than being stressed about the small stuff. And if you try and get a little better every day, you might not see progress today or tomorrow or next week, but in 6 months or a year, you're going to be in an entirely different spot. So I try and get a little better every day. So it's been a fun audience today. It has. Hey, Crazy Cow. Well, thank you so much. Hey, Crazy Cow. I go live every day. Thank you. Crazy Cow sent me $5. I don't even know how you do that, by the way. Uh, Barry says it's tough not to worry. Yeah, no, it is tough not to worry, but I think you almost have to figure it out because if you don't, life kind of sucks if you're worried all the time. And sometimes I'm worried all the time. This morning, again, I was thinking some bad thoughts. And it's so funny because I ended up having a great day. But life almost seemed more than I could bear at 4 o'clock this morning. Honestly, I don't even remember why. And maybe that's a lesson for all of us to, when you feel that way, just keep going. And I kept going and I drove to Starbucks and I did a show and I started feeling better and I applied to a couple jobs and I had some guy reach out to me to do something and I posted some great videos and I picked up a lot of subscribers. And it seems crazy, but I kind of feel on top of the world right now. And I felt like I was the doormat this morning. Somebody said, I think most things you worry about never happen. That's true. Whenever you saying something profound with the music playing in the background. Pat Riley likes the shorts I post when I have. Yeah, so do I. I like the music in the background. The ones that don't have the music in the background, if anyone's wondering, are over a minute long. And I usually post the videos to both YouTube and Instagram. And when they're over a minute and you post it to YouTube, they won't let you play music and they'll say you're violating copyrights. So, uh, the 1 minute to 3 minute videos don't have music. If you're wondering why there's a rhyme or a reason why some do and some don't. Yeah. Somebody says they make 5,000 a month now. Well, very nice of you. Hello, Aura. How are you? Yeah. Um, Michael, do you think I'm letting the haters get me down today? I haven't even really felt any haters. Any cheer competitions this weekend? Alexandra said. There is one tomorrow, and I believe it's 2.5 hours away. And I believe I'm not going to go. And I feel bad about that. I've made the last like 5 or 6 meets, which feels good, and have really enjoyed it. But I don't know if I'm ready to drive 2.5 hours. I haven't ruled it out, to be honest with you. I don't even know where it is. I tried to FaceTime my daughter about an hour ago, and she didn't pick up. She may be staying overnight at the cheer competition because, again, if it's 2.5 hours, that's quite a drive. And if she's staying overnight, I'd probably not go and feel okay and still feel proud that I got to see my girl cheer almost every meet this year. What do you think about the mass deportation thing? Okay. Do you want my bigger thought on the mass deportation thing? Do you want me to tell you how we can solve? I don't know what's going on as far as the mass deportation thing. But it seems we have a country to the south of the United States where we get a lot of people wanting to come here from Mexico into the United States. And I have no issue with people wanting to move and find a better place for their family, or find a job or find a better life for themselves. And the thought of us not allowing people to come in here doesn't sit right, quite honestly, with me. My solution to it, because I understand you can't just whatever, you have to have some sort of system in place. But my long term solution And it seems, sorry if this offends anybody, but tough crap, this is my show. I think the solution to the immigration problem that we have, or the illegal immigration problem, is adopting Mexico into the United States and saving the people that want to come here a trip and making it our 51st state, or breaking it up into 10 states and expanding to 60 states. Because I believe in free markets and I believe in capitalism, and the Mexican people that I know are all hardworking, family. I mean, nobody's perfect. Nobody from anywhere is perfect. But the Mexican people I know are hardworking, family, valued people, good people. And if they want to come here and get a better life, I'd like to save them a trip and just bring what they're coming here for to them. And I'd love to do that. I live in Texas, and illegals are running scared here. In the Houston area, ICE is finally able to do their job. My thought on that, Brandon, and I get it. I think the best way to defeat your enemy is make them your friend. And I think we might be fighting something that we can't win because it's like osmosis. You know, these people want to come here, and most of them want to do it for good intentions. And I just don't know how you can deport 10 million people. So those are my thoughts on that. Do I like bluegill fishing? I mean, specifically bluegill fishing? I mean, I've caught plenty of bluegill in my life. I have a friend that might be watching right now named Julie, and she fishes with her husband up in Wisconsin. And I think it would be neat to be fishing and catch a bunch of bluegill and have somebody know how to fillet them up and fry them up in a pan and eat them. But other than that, I mean, bluegill aren't the fish I generally go for. My favorite fishing is for smallmouth bass. I love fishing in rivers, and I love fishing for smallmouth. And those are my favorite type of fish to catch. So I don't particularly crave bluegill fishing. Somebody that says they're not American thinks that if anyone can enter, it's kind of crazy. Well, I certainly think we need some sort of system. But the thought of booting 10 or 20 million people, or however many people aren't here legally, doesn't seem like it makes sense. It doesn't seem possible, and doesn't seem almost necessary. And I know what I'm talking about, adopting Mexico, seems kind of crazy. I know adopting Mexico sounds kind of crazy and out there, but I think crazy and out there is not a bad idea. And again, the Mexican people that I know are hardworking and family valued people. And the reason, and this might alienate me, but I don't care. I'd rather just be me than kiss ass and try and please anybody. And if you don't like me, you shouldn't be watching my show. Yeah. So anyway, I think the illegal immigrants that are here that aren't paying taxes, that people are angry at, would love to pay taxes, but they can't get jobs because they're illegal, and they'd like to get jobs, and they're not just here for the free education or the health care. I don't like what was happening around the country over the last few years, where they were being put up in hotels and whatever. That seems crazy. But I think we could figure something out and stop looking at the Mexican people as enemies of the state, if you will. Michael, I went to the University of Illinois. You're welcome, Emma Perez. Are you saying thank you to me? I mean, I tell you what. I mean, I've worked in a lot of restaurants and had the pleasure of knowing so many Mexican Americans, and honestly, I love practicing Spanish. I don't know. Yeah. I seem like a cool guy. I hope so. Did I say which college did I attend? University of Illinois. This is so fun because I've talked for about an hour. I've talked for about an hour, and this is my third live of the day. This is my third live of the day, and it's been easy. And I don't know if it's hard. This would be hard for other people, but for me, it just seems easy. For me, it just seems easy, and I think I'm blessed that way that I was meant to do this. I don't know if you're from Gurnee, Illinois. Okay, I'm from Naperville. Yeah, I'm from Naperville. Yeah, I mean, if I was living in a bad area across the border, I'd probably want to come to the United States too. You know, if I was surrounded by, I don't know, danger or couldn't find work and wanted better for my family, I'd probably come to America too. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? You know? I was born in America and cannot find work in my own country while foreigners come here illegally and take jobs from American people. I have nothing against Mexicans or anyone else for that matter. Again, my solution, well, first of all, we should understand that they're not trying to take jobs or steal jobs or anything. They're just trying to improve their lives and be in a better situation. They're not monsters. I'm not saying there's not some bad apples. I promise you, there's bad apples of every there's bad apples in every group. So I'm not saying there's not bad apples. So, and I think the bad stuff that happens gets a lot of press. And I'm not saying it doesn't deserve it or it's not unfortunate, but I'll say it's by far the exception rather than the rule. And I think the people that are coming here just want to find a better life for themselves and their family. And if we looked at that and understood that, I think we might have a little more compassion for the desire, and we might think about options like bringing American government, civil society, laws, capitalism to Mexico if they want to be part of our country. I think it's eventually going to happen. It'll probably be after I'm gone. But in 100 years, Mexico is going to be part of the United States. Would I consider pitching my 51 Mexico state plan to President Trump? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it just makes sense. Mexicans aren't bad people. We don't hate them. They don't hate us. They're just trying to feed their families and probably get away from corruption and gangs and drugs and yucky stuff. And I think our system could go there and work. I don't know how many people live in Mexico, but let's just say it's 100 million people. They have beautiful beaches. They have great weather. They have great bass fishing. They have mountains. They probably have oil. There's a lot of value down there. Do you remember? Thomas Jefferson did the Louisiana Purchase, and that was considered this great thing. We wouldn't even have to pay for it. They want to come here. Let's save them a trip. Is Emma still there? I'd be curious what Emma thinks of my thought. I assume Emma's a Mexican American. I'm not trying to be, uh, okay, Emma, you're here. What do you think about that? Would I understand there'd probably be some paperwork that we'd need to do, but do a vast majority of Mexicans, and I'm not saying Mexican Americans, I'm saying people that live in Mexico, do you think they'd like to be part of the United States? I think a lot of times we're so afraid to have discussions lest we be labeled a racist or something like that, that we're not even able to talk. And me discussing Mexicans or Mexican Americans almost seems like I shouldn't even be talking about it. We can't even say the word Mexican because that's racist. And I don't understand why saying somebody's Mexican is racist, by the way. So, Emma, what do you think? What do you think? Would people in Mexico, if you took a vote, how many of them would like to be adopted and be part of the United States? Pat Riley says America's been stuck on 50 states for too long. It kind of has. When's the last time we added a state? Was it 1959? Did we add Alaska and Hawaii? Was it 59? I don't remember. I wasn't alive. Do we want Canada? I tell you what, I think a lot of them would, but I also think there are many that have a lot of pride in their land and would continue to fight for their land. I get that. I get it. I'm not saying we take it over, but I'm saying if, as a country, they voted to be adopted or annexed or whatever, I get it. And I'm not saying we steal their land or anything. I don't know exactly how it would work, but I think it could work. And if it seems like there's a vast amount of Mexicans want to come across the border and find a better life. And if we could bring America to them, I think it would save them a trip. And it would also save us trying to deport 20 million human beings. Alexander, I've always thought it. And there were some rumblings recently about Canada. And I've been saying this for years. Heck, if Canada wants to become part of the United States too, I think I'm not even into world domination. I'm not trying to take over the world. But if the whole world wants to come here, let's bring the American dream anywhere it wants to go. I think our system works and our system is better than the rest of the world's. I think capitalism works. I know that's offensive to some, but tough crap. I think it works. I think free markets work. I think capitalism isn't racist. I promise you that. Capitalism doesn't see skin color because they don't care. They don't care. They just see dollar bills. And if a person can do a job, whether they're black, brown, yellow, green, or purple, capitalism is going to utilize them to its fullest. And I just think we could do a lot of good by spreading the goodness that is the American system to anywhere that wanted it spread. I'm not talking invading or taking over or anything, but if I just see people wanting to come here from Mexico, and I'm wondering why. Now, let's at least throw it out there. Let's take a vote. And I get it that I'm sure there's a ton of very proud Mexicans that wouldn't want to, and I understand that. But I just think we should have big talks and big ideas to solve big problems. And I think the thought of kicking in doors around the country and breaking into restaurants and dragging people out seems beneath us a little bit. Canada's already capitalism. Uh, I want to become part of Canada. Well, I've heard Canada's kind of, I don't know. Don't be offended, but I've heard Canada's kind of a mess right now. I sell steel for a living. Oh, you sell steel. I thought you meant you sell for hyphen steel for a living. And you're interested in what happens to prices of 80% stainless in America comes from Canada. Yeah, I don't know that much about that, to be honest with you. Second Amendment says Mexico and Canada will join us. I kind of think it's inevitable. Again, it might not happen in my lifetime, but I just can't see how, like osmosis, when things move from high concentration to a lower people want to come here. Let's save them a trip. This has been such a fun conversation. It really has. And I appreciate everyone that's hopped on tonight. I've talked for 66 minutes. If anybody's new here, I go live every morning at 5:45 and have some coffee and have a lot of fun doing this show. I go live. I post a lot of videos. I talk about a lot of subjects. And I so appreciate you guys for joining me tonight and for all the likes I've gotten for the $7 that was sent my way. I appreciate that. And for the 64 people watching right now, just want to thank you for making the show fun tonight and making it easy for me. Because when it's a nice crowd like it has been tonight, the show's easy and the show's fun and it feels so good. So, Michael Waltz said Canada's population is all along the U.S. border. Yeah, I've heard that most of Canada's population is south of, I don't know, south of something, south of like New York City or something like that, because it all is right along the border. Whatever. So anyway, I so appreciate you guys for joining me tonight, and thank you for following along in my story or my journey. And again, I hope you subscribe to my page, and I hope you like my videos, you like my content. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and you're feeling good, you're loving yourself, you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.